All right, so what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the pros and cons of Convergence and Secret Wars.
Okay, all right. Anybody want to take it first? Anybody? Hey, wait. Actually, before I ask that, has anybody fully read Convergence now that it's over?
I read the synopsis of what it's supposed to be.
Okay, and I'm going to take that being a no from you since you didn't know it was over.
No.
Okay.
Just no.
You didn't read any of it?
No.
Okay.
Did you know it was over too?
And?
I have not finished all of it.
Okay.
But you are reading it, correct?
Yes.
And since I own a comic book store, I read the majority of it.
Because you have to.
Yeah, because
By majority.
Yeah. No, that's not true. That's not true. You want the full thing. I read 1, I read 2, and I read 8.
Oh,
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
the
no.
majority.
Wait.
You are
I read
legitimately skipping.
I read 0, 1, 2, and 8.
I'm no
Dude,
math
0
wizard,
was
but
like-
that seems like the counting is
0
off.
does not count. That is
0
2
totally
pages.
counted.
That's like 5 issues you didn't.
There's a
you
full
didn't.
there's a full 0 issue, dude.
5.
I understand that. I'm saying
That's not majority.
Okay, all right.
That is actually true. That is not majority.
All right.
This many.
Are we over the majority thing yet?
No.
Because none of the other
I'm reading all of Secret Wars.
Wow. That was so gay how you said that.
I'm just saying.
That was like the little kid.
Yes.
I read all of
reading a
it.
bunch of Secret
I've read
Wars.
all the Secret Wars, and Marvel is so cool.
It's totally true, though, guys. No, but wait.
Yes, Mr.
wait,
Jacobs,
if we start
I read
talking
all of
about
it.
pros and cons already. I love all the crazy random titles that are associated with Secret Wars, like Masters of Kung Fu.
And that's true.
We're totally glossing over Convergence. Can we just give Convergence its chance?
Let's give Convergence its chance. So somebody say something. Somebody say
Who
something
read it?
positive.
The principle behind
read the Batman
principle behind Convergence is sound. It's good. The write-up on it is good.
What's
I
that?
think their delivery, with the fact that basically they're going through and saying all of the crises that have happened, Final Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earths, everything, have basically all been these little fractures in time that have been happening, in other words, because of Brainiac.
Okay.
That's all
Is
been...
Flashpoint part of that too?
Yes, Flashpoint is
all
part
of
of
it,
that as
all
well.
of it.
All of this has been happening because of Brainiac, and basically Brainiac was going to rule, control everything when he realizes, oh crap, there's somebody who's coming along that's going to destroy everything, the new anti-monitor, I think he's called the Destroyer or something.
Oh, that's where that guy.
Yeah, who basically is
That
the
one.
bad of
Yeah.
the bad of the bad who wants nothing but annihilation.
Right.
So Brainiac basically has to get these people together, and instead of having them fight each other or fight him, he uses them to defeat this guy.
But at the beginning, he does have them
Yeah,
fight
at
each
the
other.
beginning he
Why?
does.
Why?
It almost,
'Cause
I
it's
hate to say,
cool.
it almost seems like he doesn't come to realization or become fully sentient.
So non-sentient beings just want to other sentient beings like fight over shit?
No, in other words, it's just he becomes a I hate to say a higher level being, but basically goes, okay, well if I kill everybody or have everybody kill each other, what do I really have to rule? If they destroy
this
everything and I let this guy come in, okay, well that just leaves me. I can't stop this guy by myself, so I have to have other people do it.
Let me interject one thing that I think is instrumental in this conversation, which is, and I may be wrong on this, maybe the two DC people that are in the real DC people that are in the room might know more about this than I do, which is that multiversity, Grant Morrison's multiversity, was supposed to join with this thing,
Yes.
and that it was supposed to make sense with his multiversity and all of Convergence.
But multiversity isn't done yet.
But multiversity isn't
Is
done
it
yet.
going
He's-
to even at all connect?
I have no idea.
Okay, so everything you just said, you said is like an interesting. None of that made sense. Wait, Brainiac is like that. Brainiac is the one behind all this.
Yes.
Since
Originally,
the
yes.
original crises.
Yes.
Okay.
Man.
And I don't know if he was originally the guy who instigated it or he just capitalized on these fractures in time. And I want to say, and Draftsman here, again, I didn't read the whole thing. I want to say that the Time Masters are involved somehow.
Okay.
I want to say that. I won't swear by that.
Are they?
I know the Lanterns
Where's
are involved
Superman
in
or
Crisis.
Superboy in the
Okay.
Walls of Reality? Where's
Yes,
that at?
exactly.
Where's
Before
that?
he gives himself a tattoo on his chest with his finger.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Okay.
I
So
remember
so
that.
let's go back to the
did
original.
that?
Let's go back to the original.
He gave
did?
himself Superboy. He was like, oh, I'm Superman.
So angry.
Let's go back to the original idea, which is: are there any positives to DC's
Look,
Convergence?
I'm gonna be honest
over?
with you right now.
It's over. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
one.
And
That's
it
a good
made
one.
Secret Wars look better by comparison. But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. All of that. Was there any lead up to that Brainiac stuff, or does it all take place in Convergence?
It all
No, it
takes
takes
place
place in Convergence.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
think
like,
there was
that
any
was the
lead up.
one thing that I think was handled way better. Was there was like at least a year or two worth of lead up to Secret Wars.
Well, you've had a year or two lead up from one book.
I was actually going to say you actually have to be more. This is Hickman we're talking about. There's been like a 10-year lead up to. I mean, come on.
yeah. I mean,
He was planning this when he was in like the 3rd grade. He's got detention. He's like, oh my God, I got this great idea. I'm somehow gonna get into Marvel.
So, like-
I'm gonna get all this shit. Oh my God, it's gonna
Exactly.
be badass.
Exactly.
And she's just like, get back to work, you little shit.
third
You have
grade
this
then.
all. You have this all
You know,
structured.
you know exactly. Like he
What was
wrote
the teacher's
something
name?
in crayon.
What was the teacher's name?
Mr. Cran.
Mr. Cran. Wow, great job. So he wrote something in crayon to Marvel, and then when he got there, they were in the interview. They're like, "So we have this like little letter here. Do you still want to do this?" I want to change a few things, but yes, overall, Doom recreates the world and everything like that. And they're like, okay, writer since 3.
In his original version, it was a giant tiger that shot rainbows out of his eyes that did it. And then he's like,
No. A giant tiger with rainbows that shot eyes out of his eyes. That shot rainbows out of his eyes. Was going to. Anyways, he's.
All right.
That's not fair.
I'm gonna pull this back in. I say there's absolutely nothing good about Convergence, and other than
it's over.
and that it makes Secret War look amazing.
Honestly, like that showed it was the worst and the best of events for me. Like,
But here's the thing that I find interesting is technically Secret Wars is a retool on Crisis. It's all it is.
It absolutely is.
100%.
You know, it
So
absolutely
it can be
is.
done well, but you're still stealing somebody else's idea.
Oh no, absolutely.
Well, that's the thing. Hickman read that when he was in the 3rd grade.
Yeah,
He's like, I can do this better.
Hickman read Crisis on
Tigers with
Infinite Earth
rainbow
because
eyes.
that's all this is.
Let's go to Secret War then.
I love the fact that there are actual tie-ins that you don't need them to read Secret Wars, but they absolutely improve the overall quality of Secret Wars.
And that has always been Marvel's strong point. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have told people in this store, read this standalone book, let's say Civil War. Read this standalone book and you get all the story you'll ever want to, you need to know for Civil War. You want to read the other 15 tie-ins? Feel free. They only help magnify the story, but you don't need them. That's exactly what they're doing with Secret War, and they always have. This is what they do. This is what they do with their big crossover.
But this is the first time that I've ever seen so many tie-ins where, like, honestly,
Well, they've replaced their entire-
no
they're-
big insult.
There's only
but,
like 5 books that are still going.
and those are going to end soon. But like,
No, I think
usually,
those ones
I
are the
don't
ones
even
they're
get
keeping.
tie-ins. I don't. Oh, I mean, like, there's a list of titles that they're going to keep after the crossover. But like, I never usually get tie-ins, and like, this is the first time where like these tie-ins actually, the Masters of Kung Fu one, the
Planet
what else
Hulk?
is there? Planet Hulk was
Captain
insane.
America teaming up with Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah, right.
You never saw that one coming.
Yeah, there
Didn't,
was-
but it's awesome.
and my example.
A-Force.
Who said?
A-Force is awesome.
Yeah.
A-Force is
who said
amazing.
Masters? You said Masters.
Yeah.
That was my example for most people in the store. Was I'm sorry, but I don't give 3 shits about Shang-Chi.
How dare you.
Yet, I read that book and loved it.
Offended Eric.
I'm sorry,
angry.
but it's true. And yet I read that book and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's like it sort of ties into Secret Wars, sort of doesn't. It's a well-written book. Loved it.
See, I'm looking more for the stuff that actually happens after they wrap this up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
everything that they're doing after, that's
they're-
what I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
Bendis
that's-
on Iron Man looks awesome.
Okay, it is Bendis doing Iron Man.
Yeah.
Is it Tony
I hope
Stark?
it's good.
I don't know.
You can't fix the character. That's a character that I think Marvel has shit on.
Tony
Iron Man?
Stark?
Yeah.
Because he's been
He's been the catalyst
gone
for so many
back and
things.
forth.
I'm sorry, you can't kill somebody and bring them back, and you can't. It's just they've shit on that character. I mean, with
Wait,
what
you're
he
saying
did
it was
with
too
what
much
he
to kill Captain America and all that stuff?
kill Captain America, with what he did with Thor, with what he did with Civil War.
You guys remember he didn't kill Captain America, right?
He's basically
Yeah,
responsible.
he did not kill.
responsible.
He did not kill Captain America, but he was responsible for Captain America
He
being arrested.
didn't pull the trigger, but he did it.
What if, because they're doing Old Man Logan, that's not the Wolverine that we knew that's dead.
Yeah.
This is a different Wolverine.
Right.
What if
They're
this
so
new
desperate.
Iron Man is a different guy?
Oh, that's a
It's
good
Tony
point, too.
Stark from
That's
this
a good
other
point.
universe.
That's a good point.
Did anybody
Would you
read
be
the
He could be a
Avengers?
he could be a
Did
fucking
anybody read
Skrull, and I'd be fine with that. But nobody's explained shit. It's still the same Tony Stark that
Okay.
every 6 issues goes off on some tangent,
Well,
and then everybody goes.
That's
"Oh,
what I'm
Tony
saying.
Stark, it's
No,
okay."
no, but it wouldn't. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
what
this
it
is a
was-
different Tony Stark.
if they're reintroducing Wolverine as Old Man Logan, and it's not even a character,
they're doing that
and it's
just-
not even a character that's been part of the 616, but this alternate reality thing.
What
the
if
idea.
it's the Ultimate Universe Tony Stark?
That's cool. I can live with that. You're giving me
Exactly.
some reason,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
God, it'd be the Ultimate Universe Tony Stark?
or whoever.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
whoever.
Like I said, you could say in other words, if you went, hey, during this part, Tony Stark was really a Skrull or he was a Hydra brainwash. Give me a reason. It's the same sort of thing, and we've talked about this before, as overall comics just sort of gloss over things.
Right.
Dr. Octopus inhabits Spider-Man's body, goes on national TV and beats somebody to death. And then the Avengers just go, eh.
Okay, so my point is, you are mixing up 2 different things. His name is Massacre, the guy that Spider-Man kills, that Doc Ock kills as Spider-Man, is Massacre. And you're right, he's got the same sort of outfit-ish, if I remember correctly. But you're mixing up the 2 things. He kills Massacre, but he doesn't do it on live television. He beats the hell out of, I don't remember who the 2...
Yeah, it's almost like Punch and Julie, but
or
Punch
something
and Julie
like
is a
that.
DC
Yeah,
version of
something
these
like
two.
that. And he beats the shit out of them and puts them both in the hospital, and that's the thing that's on national TV or whatever.
The guy he shot, because he shot him, right?
Massacre, yeah.
Yeah.
Massacre.
He did that in front of the cops and everything.
Yeah,
though, right?
yes, in front of a bunch of people, yes.
Yeah, it's been
yes.
witnessed live, and again,
Right.
you have the Avengers basically go, "Oh, we got you," and "Oh, you're okay." Go.
That's true.
sorry.
But same thing
That's
with
true.
same thing with Tony Stark. I mean, Tony Stark basically invented a killing clone cyborg of Thor.
Yeah.
Right.
That was Thor,
Thor,
with
you
2
know, Thor
arms.
is still pissed off.
Then they just basically went
That
okay.
kills people.
Yeah, that kills
That
people.
kills people.
Bill the Giant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill the Giant.
Bill Foster,
Bill
Giant
Foster,
Man.
Giant Man.
Bill the Giant.
Bill the Giant. Wow.
So, and basically, other than him and Thor have it out, but for the most part, you're still the Avengers.
Thor legitimately still has always, that was the one thing. You're talking about how, they just kind of gloss over that fact. Captain America, I felt kind of glossed over that fact. Although Thor's characterization is always still your huge douchebag for that one Civil War thing.
But they still, in other words, there's no resolve. And how many times has Tony been the forefront of the no resolve issue? Yeah. Oh, I started Civil War. Okay.
And I would agree with you, but you didn't read Avengers Prime. You remember that series that it was a 3 or 4 issue
Where they're
limited?
stuck in Asgard?
Yeah, and it's just the 3 of them. And they
It's
actually
basically them
do
kind of coming to terms with how
They
they
do.
hated each other.
Yeah, they really do.
Let's be
They do
friends
kind of-
again.
Yeah,
please.
they do
My
come. They
buddy.
do. So I mean that has been kind of dealt
This
with.
is the same Tony Stark who just beat the shit out of Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and brainwashed him and stuck him back out on the street.
Yeah.
That guy they came to
He
resolve with.
brainwashed Daredevil?
Yeah.
But this is the.
So again,
But
you
this is the 616 Tony again.
Yeah, see,
The
you
616
again,
Tony.
you keep having this character that consistently does these things, and how many times can you go, okay,
Yeah,
hold
he
on,
was
you're
controlled
not
by
a, you're
Kang.
not a
Yeah,
hero,
I know.
you're a villain.
Yeah.
I have a really quick pause, and I actually am really interested in hearing this. How avid of a comic book reader are you?
For DC, avid.
And for Marvel,
Marvel?
not so avid.
Not so avid.
All right, so but when did you start reading comic books?
8 years ago, I would say, is when I really started to pick it up.
Was there something that got you reading them? Was it some cartoon show or a movie or something, or you just wandered it?
How crazy? Basically, my question is, how crazy is this Marvel stuff? Do you have something in DC that's like this, where it's they gloss over a character for you or something like that? And my second question is, you didn't read Secret Wars, I take it, right?
Nope.
Are you just 100% DC? Because then I want to hear your explanation of the New 52.
Okay. I wouldn't say I'm 100% DC. I can appreciate the movies and everything that they've come out with, but I tend to favor DC heroes over Marvel heroes.
What do you pick up issues currently in a store?
I tend to order online.
So you order graphic novels and stuff like that?
I have purchased from you before that.
Oh no, I did that.
I just want you to know that like I'm not 100% like.
No. And
I feel
trust
like this
me,
is turning into the Spanish Inquisition.
And trust me, I understand that my closest competitor is not 4 miles from me, but actually, where's Amazon located?
I think
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Amazon's like Jesus. It's everywhere.
I'm ordering. Oh,
I'm
shouldn't be
ordering from Amazon right now.
Seattle.
All right.
So anyway,
like,
sorry, go ahead.
How do you know which stuff to buy for these crazy events like Convergence and stuff like that?
Well, you touched on something about how Marvel in their contained stories, like you can buy Secret Wars, and like that's all you need to buy, and that's something I totally agree with DC, because I feel like looking at all these different comics I can buy, there's the DC Convergence line, but then there's the Flash Convergence line, there's the Speed Force Convergence line, and that's like so many different things for one character's story arc.
Yeah. Okay.
But in just my personal opinion, I feel as though DC characters and the stories are bigger in a sense, and the thing that draws me to DC would be, I feel like all their characters have one moral staple of, we don't kill people.
They used
And
to. They used to.
They used to.
They used to.
And then Maxwell Lord got his neck snapped.
By
Well,
Wonder
that's
Woman,
after he.
yes.
That's after he put a bullet through Blue Beetle's brain.
Either way. After that point, I would have agreed with you, but then since that point, everybody Harley Quinn punched a hole through a dude's. No, not Harley Quinn. Joker's daughter.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Real big difference. One wears another one's face or something like that. But she punches a hole through a dude's face.
Yeah.
Like DC has gotten ridiculously violent.
Extreme.
Yeah, extremely violent.
And just being a comic book store owner, I feel literally just in the past 3 or 4 days, I have had a mother come in here and tell me she wanted to return a comic book that her son had purchased because it was too violent. And it was one of the Convergence ones.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
Green Arrow.
Oh, of course.
You see, and like that's the weird thing is like I've heard DC people claim this before. Honestly, it's bizarre. It's super bizarre. When Wonder Woman came out, it was great to have a title that I could finally recommend to friends.
You mean Azzarello and...
Yeah, Azzarello.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I would never let a kid read that.
Yeah.
But they used to, I agree, they used to have, their heroes were the really
moral
good
ones.
guys.
Right.
And they were the titans. I'm sorry, you could put DC's characters against Marvel,
Yeah.
and it used to be that they would, no contest, stomp them into the dirt.
70s and 80s, absolutely.
Yeah. In other words, you were talking
Absolutely.
about Superman moves planets out of orbit. What's
Yeah.
Thor bringing to the table?
Yeah.
You got a hammer?
Silver
Exactly.
Age Superman is.
Exactly.
I mean, he sneezed and blew a solar system away.
Yeah.
He was.
So,
Look at that. He's got a lot.
yeah,
that was
see,
a good
he's,
reference.
he's
That was a
dropping
good
knowledge
reference.
on you.
And nowadays, it's like Hack Snyder has infected everything.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
But
No, wait. Hey, let it go, let it go.
Well, I never laughed like that.
Nope, it's still given, buddy. Woo, it's still coming to the table. That is good.
dude, even the camera guy is laughing. It's like no cameras are on him, but he's actually just
Oh,
laughing.
that is good shit.
Never heard that one before.
How are you not doing stand-up with
That's
material
his
like
name
that?
for me, as far as I'm concerned. But
The
with that
extra
Superman-
40-minute wait for Richie to get here was worth it for that piece of gold.
All right, so anyway, Hack Snyder, yada yada, what?
I feel like or with that neck snap, that's just what everybody thinks of as DC now. It's like DC's edgier now. DC's willing to like throw that punch, willing to snap that neck, willing to do what Marvel hasn't been doing as much, but ish.
No, and he's the one that's absolutely right about that. It has to do with Image, it has to do with Wildstorm, an acquisition that just happened to occur with people from said
What
company
acquisition?
taking over.
Wait, what?
DC taking over Wildstorm.
Yeah,
DC took over
Oh,
Wildstorm?
while ago, right?
Yeah, a while ago.
Where have you been?
I thought you said like you said like
people
recent
that-
I read
acquisition.
5 titles during the new 52. Everybody can
6
get off
years
my
ago,
dick.
7
Yeah,
years
that's
ago.
not that recent.
Well, it's
They
recent.
have, you
Recent
have you have people that are now in charge of a company that base their sole career on splash pages and shiny.
Yeah.
Okay?
But not only
I
that,
made
shiny.
my money because I put a shiny fucking cover on here that goes, ooh,
And you're right.
Fuck you, we left too.
And you're right. For the most part, most of those characters from that company were not your traditional heroes. That's why they made the splash that they did. I mean, you've got people like Spawn and Witchblade and all of these characters who are putting, their fists through people's faces.
Yeah.
Then we wonder why a part of that company broke off and was bought by DC, and now that those guys are in charge of DC, the same shit's happening.
yeah, you took the guys who
It's
basically
actually,
said,
that's actually really sad to hear people say this out
true.
loud and then it makes sense.
you had people that they basically said, fuck you, fuck your company, fuck your comic books, it's shit, I'm gonna do my own thing. And what did these people over here do? Not, hey, our product stands on its own and we're gonna stick to our guns. They went, oh fuck, let's get this guy over here who fucking threw shit in my face and let's put him in charge of these characters and see what he does.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks,
really
guys.
interesting. Did you guys figure that out until they just said that? I'm like shocked right now.
Apparently, Richie's never heard that.
Yeah, I've had
all
many
these-
conversations
I know all
with
these
Eric.
I thought we've had this conversation.
We did talk about it.
Yeah. You just weren't here. You got here 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
interesting.
It's just overall, and I mean we've spoken with some of the artists and writers and stuff like that, and they're told, it should be more.
I remember hearing about this.
It should be more. I mean, for 8 issues, a guy was inside a guy's throat getting chewed on. For 8 issues.
In what series is
Suicide
that?
Squad.
Oh wow.
King Shark ate Yo-Yo, and for 8 issues, you could occasionally see his hand stick out as he was trying to crawl out of the guy's gullet.
Yeah, for comedic value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he live afterwards?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, he came out
So
and
he's
they
still
went,
alive.
and Amanda Waller had this whole speech about, oh yeah, I knew you could do it, I knew you'd be badass, I'm gonna put you in charge of the team, and then they blew up his neck thing and tore his head off.
Oh, nice.
No, wait, so he's dead now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's in now. Okay. All right.
That's
So
nuts.
let me bring this back. Let me bring this back in. Do we all just make the assumption that, or do we all state that Convergence was really kind of bad?
It just seems like, and even though, and honestly, this is just me,
Are there
everything he said was just insane with the Brainiac stuff. It just doesn't really seem like DC cared. or cared about.
And you said there were some positives because the ideas weren't bad.
The-
And I will say this, it gets rid of a Crisis on Infinite Earths. There is no Crisis on Infinite Earths anymore.
That
so what
to
they
me
did
is
there,
a huge thing that I
Plus.
hate.
yeah, and
No,
that's a huge plus.
I love Crisis on Infinite Earths. Thought it was probably one of the best stories ever written.
The one with Superman.
Where they basically bring everything together.
But let me explain why I think they did this.
I know why they did it. I understand.
Well, because here's the thing. Now that Convergence is over, we've now had a week where we've had a number of a bunch of number ones, Midnighter and all of these others. 2 of them, I thought. 2 of them, I thought they did a really good job of that. Obviously, are not in any kind of continuity whatsoever. Batmite and Bizarro. I absolutely love the idea.
Okay.
I absolutely.
Was that one comic or 2 separate ones?
No, 2 separate comics. You have not been in the store for a while, have you?
I have a question.
I don't read DC anymore.
I have a question. So, none of that shit happened, Crisis, whatever. What is the continuity now? Like, is it still the new
original?
52 characters? Did this
Yes.
go way back?
I believe it is still the new 52
Here's the thing. You're
characters.
still following those 52 characters, but
Those
since
new
they've
52.
unraveled everything else, all those worlds just popped
Right.
back up.
And
So
that's where they're coming up with
Yeah.
Bizarro and Batmite. I think that may be where they're going with. There's another kind of goofy. Oh,
You mean
maybe
the multiverse?
Black Canary. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
there's-
Black
there-
Canary
yeah,
is
there's
even
a
I
part
think
of
bunch
it.
Black Canary ties in with Batgirl. So
does.
whatever Batgirl is in.
But the Batgirl stuff is really different as well. That stuff
Bless you.
precedes. Yeah, bless you. That stuff precedes Convergence, but the Batgirl stuff is really, really different as well.
So what's the
But
current
it still
continuity?
takes place in the.
does.
Here's
in
the
main
thing. I
continuity.
can have a Batgirl book with Batgirl continuity. I can have a Green Lantern book with Green Lantern continuity.
Yeah.
I can have a Batman book with Batman continuity.
Yeah.
And they can all be on separate worlds.
Yeah.
And they have, in other words, Batman doesn't have to know Green
Well,
Lantern.
that's obviously what's going to happen, at least with
Well,
Batmite and Bizarro, for sure.
Yeah, for those, but
For
it's
sure.
like, how does this work with Justice League? Because Batman's there. Is that
on
a
their,
different
on
Batman?
their, on the Justice League world, they know
Okay.
each other.
That's
So
a really good question.
It's
all
not a
just
shared
separated on different
universe.
worlds.
As far as I know, they're not. So far, they haven't said, "Hey, this is a different world. This is a different world." But
It could be.
that has
Plus-
given them the opportunity to do
plus-
It's like
that.
Battle World.
Plus, if you'll look at the upcoming Justice League of America book by Brian Hitch, that's got Bruce
Really?
Wayne Batman.
Brian Hitch?
That's Brian Hitch. It's written and drawn by Brian Hitch.
Wow.
So we'll see 3 issues and then we'll never see it
Yeah.
again.
Everybody will have the
It's-
same
It's
outfit.
actually called Justice League of America, not Justice League. It's a different
Justice
book.
League of America.
Justice League of America is written and drawn by Brian Hitch.
If you take a year and a half for an issue, I'm gonna be pissed.
Go
he will.
America.
Get ready to be pissed
will.
off then.
Yeah, he will. We'll see 3 or 4 issues. But the point is, that is Bruce Wayne Batman, not Bat-Tick.
Yeah.
Not
Bat Bunny, Bat Bunny.
Whatever.
Bat
yeah,
Bunny,
Yeah,
Bat
Bat
Bunny.
Bunny. Bat Bunny. So,
Bat Bunny.
I like Bat Tech.
so let's bring it back to Secret War. Has anybody read anything they don't like?
I don't like the main book.
They haven't released.
Yeah, but you haven't read 3 yet.
I haven't read 3. If 3 redeems it, okay.
I
but
think
2,
3
I
redeems
cried at the first issue. I'm not ashamed to say it.
The first issue,
What
I'm
a
like,
dick! What a dick, dude! A Rocket is shot.
Rocket Raccoon
His life
dies,
is already
and
awful.
he literally is tearing up. It was awesome.
Guys, there was other deaths. I'm sorry to be
No, everybody
Oh my
fucking
God.
died in that book.
Yeah, and you know they're gonna come
Why
back.
did Rocket have to get shot
You
on panel?
know they're coming back.
Because everybody loves Rocket. They're trying to tear at your heartstrings. They want you to
And
care.
they
You're
did
invested.
successfully.
You're invested. You're going to buy everything
so,
now.
Jonathan Hickman, you are successful. You made this fucker cry. It
Yo
was
man,
awesome.
yo man, it was
Your head.
Rocket was like a tear, and then there was like 2 more tears when you saw like the Death universe.
I'm gonna
thing.
say that I have disliked one crossover so far.
What's that?
I don't remember who.
Is it
wrote
one of the X-Men ones?
Yeah.
Extinction
One of the-
Agenda? I win.
Oh man, that was a horrible.
I haven't read it yet.
It was so bad. The art was horrendous.
Oh, yeah, I don't-
and I really apologize for whoever wrote and drew that issue. I'm sure you guys are both awesome, but I'm sorry you didn't bring your A game that day. You just did not.
You failed.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen that
haven't
artist
read
on other
anything-
books. It's pretty typical of
Really?
what he does.
Yeah, I haven't read anything yet, but I'm looking. There are a couple books that I'm actually looking forward to, like the Squadron Sinister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm more looking forward to the stuff that happens after this
Yeah.
than this. Stuff.
Like,
agree.
I've
I
considered
agree.
just like, maybe I just won't read anything until whatever, but
but-
then what would I do with my life?
But then didn't I get you to read
Yeah,
Planet Hulk?
Planet Hulk was cool.
I liked Infinity Gauntlet. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
that
decent.
Was fun.
The
I,
one
the,
with the
one
family
with
of
Thanos
Novas.
and like with
yeah,
a family.
with a little
Family
family.
Novas.
I thought that was a weird.
adorable.
Thanos
Little-
in
little
charge of our lives.
We waited 40 minutes for him to get here.
Can we grab the Charles in Charge music and go? That could be our outro. That could be okay. All right, good.
Of our lives.
So there are positives and negatives of both. It just happens to be.
I think
a
the
little
biggest
more-
positive, as a comic book reader, whether old or new, okay, yes, I don't like some of the things.
Because
that
you are
going-
an old man. The gray right here. It just that.
distinguished.
I know I can't talk. I got.
He's got a full head of hair. What's this?
Yeah.
I shave.
Yeah, keep it down over there, Professor Xavier. The best thing about comics, at least they're experimenting. Whether I like
I
Bat-Tick
agree.
or Bat Bunny or whatever,
I agree.
or Planet Hulk, or,
agree.
Trying new things.
at least you're trying something.
And I've said this several times with DC, and I'm sorry to say it to anybody who loves DC, but the DC sales in the past
You'll
6
be
to
okay.
8 to 10, 12 months have been horrible. Yeah, they've been horrible.
Are they horrible
And-
in like the national terms
Yeah,
too?
dude. When you're talking the beginning of 2015, you have got Marvel literally owning 40% of the market, and DC owns like 25 to 30% of the market.
And then the rest goes to Image.
And the rest goes to Image and everything else. Yeah, that's kind of pretty bad, man. I mean, they have Marvel has ruled 2015 so far, and going back to what you just said, look, when you're at the absolute bottom, anything you do is gonna I mean, if you can't dig any deeper, anything you do is gonna help.
And we're headed.
And right now they're doing some unusual
Experimental
things.
things,
Yes,
let's
some
put it that
unusual. Jim Gordon as Batman? Okay. You know?
That's Snyder. Snyder's run has been
a
good.
Batmite book? Okay. You know, Black Canary as Dazzler? Sure.
Wait, she's Dazzler now?
No, but you get my idea.
She's gonna be a singer now.
Do you read comics?
She's
I
a
read
singer at
Marvel
night.
and a lot of Image.
Do you read at an 11? Bring it down to
Rocket, no!
I was actually very upset when I read that at first, but then I went, oh wait, no, multiverse, he's fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
That was my favorite part when I came into the store and I was like, wait a minute, I read there's a Thor in here, but there's a Thor over here, and you're just like, Battle War. It's Secret Wars.
They can do
There's
anything they
Thors
want to.
everywhere.
Yeah, they can do
Thors.
anything they
There's
want
an army of
There's
Thors.
a whole bunch of 6, different.
I think that's the coolest thing that came out of Secret
Who
Wars.
was the weirdest
Gestapo
Thor?
police.
Who was the weirdest Thor?
I think
just
Storm.
had it.
Groot Thor.
When was
No,
Groot?
Groot
Groot Thor.
Groot
There's a
Thor
Groot
is
Thor.
good, but there
My
was somebody
favorite,
else.
like we discussed earlier, though,
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
Ragnarok is with Thor Corpse, who's the guy who's a clone of Thor who killed Bill Foster.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Wait.
Yeah,
How do you know
you're right.
it's the clone of Thor?
Because that's what he's made from.
Yeah.
He's a cyborg clone.
Yeah.
And they
He's
spell
in
his
the Thor
name with
He's in
2
Thor
R's.
Corpse, flying around with him.
You know, if they did like what He-Man and the Masters of the Universe did and make him blue, that would be so much cooler.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
All clones need to be blue versions of everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
That would have made the Clone Saga and Spider-Man so much quicker.
All right, hold on. And that I think that ends the conversation.
Yes, I think-
blue clones.
Blue clones.
clones.
Blue clones.
They're
Go
like
away
Smurfs.
from anything with comic books. Go blue.
Wait, does that mean Smurfs are all mutant or
They're all
clones?
they're all clones.
Oh, shit.
Say we're gonna start all the podcasts from now with me punching Richie in the throat.